First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the one all encompasses the whole space, the Venerable Reverend Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Eminence the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the grand ceremony today, Mahottara Heruka, the Mahashri Heruka. To Mahottara Heruka we pay homage. To the most revered, to the most precious Mahottara Heruka, to the highest Mahottara Heruka. We offer gratitude for your descent here. Sun Dupten Siddhi Rinpoche, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all fellow practitioners present here and over the webcast, and our participating VIPs today, the former Vice President Ms. Alice Lee, thank you very much for your participation, and also thank you for your political view. And from Academia Sinica, Professor Zhu Ziyi and Mrs. Zhu. And from Republic of China, Taiwan Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Secretary General Daniel Liao and Madam Liao, Dharma Sister Judy. The legislator Ms. Xu Zijie. From Taiwan government, the Chief Secretary Mr. Zheng Peifu and Mrs. Zheng. The administrative advisor to the Executive Yuan, Ms. Chen Xiuwen. And the council from Taipei City, Ms. Jue Meisa. And from the KMT party of Taipei City, the representative to the head minister, Mr. Chen, and mayor to Taoyuan City, Mr. Zheng Wenchan, representative to the councilperson from Kaohsiung City, representative to the councilperson from Tainan City, From Snohomish County of Washington State, the 1st District Fire Department member, Mr. Chen. Entrepreneur from Hong Kong, Mr. and Mrs. Loy. From Asian Knowledge Management College, and Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee. President of the Worldwide Lu-Chiang Charitable Society, Master Chang Ren. President of the Taiwan Lu-Chiang Charitable Society, Mr. Lee Chun-Yang. To the Scholars Group, the Special Distinguished Professor Wang Jinqian, Professor Wang Li, Professor Yo, Professor Ye, Professor Gu, Professor Tai, Professor Mai, Professor Lin, Professor Hong, and Medical Dr. Lin. Advising attorneys to the Twitter Foundation, Mr. Zhuo Zhongshan, Mr. Luo Zhiliang, Ms. Huang Yeqing, Mr. Luo Wenxiang, and Mr. Zhuo Pingjie. Mr. and Mrs. Zhu, Mr. and Mrs. Lin, Mr. Wang, Mr. Rong, and Mr. Lee. From CTI TV Taiwan, producers for the Illuminating Your Heart, Ms. Rebecca Xiaqi. A known TV host entertainer, Mr. Tai Ziyuan, and a well-known actor, and also the 10 best youths of Hong Kong, Mr. Fang Lisen, and a well-known actress, Ms. Deng Lixin. And from Taipei, Women Junior International representative, Miss J, and my sisters, Miss Lu Sengmei, Lu Yi, Lu Guoying, and Lu Niying. And Simu's sister, Miss Lu Hui Huang, and her husband, Mr. Chen Jiaping. And also from Indonesia, VIPs. Setiawan, and all other distinguished guests here. So good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? In Taiwanese, Chinese Mandarin, Cantonese, Indonesian, Selamat Siang in Malay, Selamat Petang in Japanese, English, Thai, Korean, Spanish, French, and German, Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Today, we conducted Mahottara Heruka Grand Ceremony, and the mudra that was formed were all different, but also the same. Maha meaning great, meaning extremely great, with great power. That in this life, I am 71 years old, and the first time I experienced Mahottara Heruka entering into the altar, and hundreds of the peaceful and wrathful deities descend upon the altar. And on my body, they entered 3 times and they left 3 times. They came in and out 3 times. The greatest power, the greatest power. And I believe all the participants here today would greatly receive the great blessings from Mahottara or Maharishi Heruka. So all people who came here today, who are here today, all the sufferings due to the sicknesses, all your sicknesses, that in a split of a moment, they all eradicated. I had this sensation. I didn't really wanted to say it this time, but yesterday we conducted the Adi-Buddha ceremony, and today we had Mahottara Heruka ceremony. There was a huge group that had practiced a very evil practice to destroy or destruct this ceremony and to harm these 2 ceremonies. I wasn't going to say it, but I still say it. To myself, through Mahottara Heruka, with this 3 great entrances and 3 exits. Now everything is okay. No problem. I often transform it, this kind of harms, and all are transformed, averted, the harms. In the past, in Seattle, America, I drove a car, and the registration plate was the number 546, and in Chinese it could sound like I'm dead. 5 is like I. 546 in Chinese could sound like I'm dead. But driving that car, I didn't die. So I knew that 546 could also mean no issues, no problems. 546. No problems. No problems whatsoever. So today, all the problems of everyone and my problems were all transformed under Mahottara Heruka. Yesterday, I transmitted the Dharma of the Adi Buddha, the primordial Buddha, Atta Arma Buddha, Samantabhadra Tathagata. And in the sky, the Buddha's eye appeared. Master Lien Tien had the picture of the Buddha's eye appearing in the sky. I hope you would be able to see this Buddha's eye appearing in the sky. It's on the TBSN net, on the internet, the website. If you shoot against the sky today, if you take pictures or videos toward the sky, Mahottara Heruka also appeared. So let me tell you that the appearance of Mahottara Heruka today, it was truly majestic, very strong. And in this life, for the first time, I felt such a strong power of the Dharma flow. 3 entrances and 3 exits onto my body, in and out from my body. I believe that you would also feel it, that you did feel it. The majestic power of Mahottara Heruka Hompe. In 2015, there are 2 grand ceremonies. One is at the Taiwan Lu-Chiang Temple, the Adi Buddha ceremony, and the other one is at the CKS Memorial Park of Taipei, the Mahottara Heruka grand ceremony. These 2 deities are rarely circulated in media. All you can find published are only a small part of it, and not many people have ever transmitted this Dharma. So today we have such great affinity for this Dharma. This supreme Dharma affinity allows us to receive Mahottara Heruka empowerment. And by receiving this empowerment, you would be able to attain Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes and never to fall onto the 3 lower realms. During the Tang dynasty, the High King Kuan Yin Sutra was popular, and the first Buddha was the pure light secret Buddha. And I say that this Buddha is the primordial Buddha, the Adi Buddha, and the transformation Mahottara Heruka. In my future book, I would write about the mark of Mahottara Heruka. With the dot and the circle is the Adi Buddha, the mark of all Buddhas. And then 3 lines representing like 3 rivers. These marks represent the Mahottara Heruka and all the manifestations or emanations. Mahottara Heruka was emanated by the Adi Buddha, and his look has 21 faces, 42 arms, 8 legs, and the Buddha Mother has 9 faces, 10 arms and 4 legs, and each hand is holding a mirror, and for the Heruka reflecting 42 peaceful deities, including the 5 directional Tathagatas, the 5 Buddha Mothers, the 8 great Bodhisattvas, the 8 great Buddha Mothers, the 4 Vidyarajas, the 4 wrathful gatekeepers, and the 6 munis, and then Adi Buddha, Samantabhadra and Samantabhadri. Altogether 42 deities representing the peaceful deities. And there are also 58 wrathful deities. Altogether 100 peaceful and wrathful deities. And just now they all descended upon the Mahottara Heruka altar. The mudra representing the rivers, and the rivers are separate. But let me show you the mudra. With mudra and the appearance of Mahottara Heruka and his mantra, let me tell you, last night Mahottara Heruka came to tell me Please add Ha to my mantra. So, between Ma and She. So it would become Om Maha Jota Maha Sit Sri Heruka Hombe. So the fundamental meaning of Mahottara Heruka, from the most primordial to become the most numerous, and then from the innumerable return to the origin, to the source. This is very special. So this is the fundamental meaning. All spiritual cultivation is to return from the most numerous to the source. Whether it's Buddhist spiritual cultivation or Taoist spiritual cultivation or Tantric spiritual cultivation, it's always from the innumerable to return to one, and from one to zero, and zero to the Buddha, and to be in union with the Tao. What I see is the human world. So the Freedom Square, the CKS Memorial Park, it is filled with people. So, for all the Dharma transmissions by Grandmaster Lu, it's always packed with people. What is human world? Human world is like the great illusion. All the phenomena, it's like the transformation net. Today is also very special. We didn't know that they are having construction here at the CKS Park. So, but it is covered with net, with a kind of net. So it all symbolizes, it matches with the net that represents the Mahottara Heruka. Mahottara in Chinese meaning the great illusion transformation net. So returning to the source. So you would be able to have attainments of the three bodies, three kayas. The most important, the most secretive of Mahottara Heruka practice is for a human being to practice to return to Adi Buddha, to return to Mahottara Heruka. Taoism in Chinese, there is a saying that the Tao produces one, one produces two, two produces three, and three transform to become myriads. All came from Tao, and now we want to return to Tao. So from numerous to return to the most serene point and to become the Tao. In spiritual cultivation, you want to merge yourself with Tao so that you become Tao. And how to cultivate? The key point is here. So the quintessence of this Dharma, because now we have the appearance of Mahottara Heruka, and with his mantra, and with his mudra, the merging of these three would comprise the mantra chanting Dharma practice, the deity practice, for everyone to practice in the future. I know that the world is like the great illusion and all the phenomena is like the transformation net. And we need to understand that the concept of enlightenment is this, that in this world there is nothing to gain. Like written in the Diamond Sutra, the most important is nothing to gain. Why? What is it that you can gain? Nothing to gain. That's why it's called ungainable, unattainable. And there's nothing to dwell on. Even the place, even your dwellings are temporary. Most importantly, it's nothing to dwell on. And you don't care, doesn't matter. Whatever that happens, everything will pass. That's why nothing matters. And lastly, non-arising. No birth or non-arising. Today, Sengyen Lu is seated here. Is the one seated on this chair represent Sengyen Lu? No. I have said it before. I had a photo of me just being born, a photo of me in the elementary school, in junior high school, on graduation from college. Also photo of me in the top of my youth. And the Sengyen Lu that is sitting here, are they all the same person? Yes, but also different. Because Sengyen Lu in the past has passed. And the present Sengyen Lu and the future Sengyen Lu will also be non-existent. So, and you start your awakenings from this point, you would realize upon the empty nature, this kind of enlightenment cannot be understood by the mass, but only understood by a very few people. The most important instruction is you don't leak upward. You don't leak the qi upward. You don't leak the essence downward. And you retain your spirit at the upper dantian. As long as your spirit is retained and you don't leak, the qi would rise automatically, including your light drop would rise automatically. And the key point is that water and fire would gel together, and this is the light drop practice. And the quintessence is, there is nothing on your mind, then there would be called space. And when no thought is arising, it's called serenity. And you maintain it until the Moni pole is red and brown, and then all the fires would arise from it. The body is unmoved. That's abiding by the precepts. The mind is unmoved. That's the congealing of the qi and light drop. When one thought is unmoved, that's the union of the essence, qi and spirit. The development stages of tantric practice is you practice the qi to focus and the qi, to let the qi enter into the central channel and use the qi to blow on the inner fire and to let the inner fire to ascend and to melt with the light drops that descend. And then the merging of the water and fire open the heart chakra, and Buddha nature would appear, and the Buddha light would radiate. So, for this you need the non-leaking practice, inner fire practice, light drop practice, and externally you need to gain enlightenment and have the understanding of the mind, and internally you need to practice the Buddha nature. So, if your mind doesn't move, then the water can go far, and if your mind doesn't move, then the fire can go too far. When the mind doesn't move, and you have nothing in your mind, you cannot have any thought arising, then the mind and the qi congeal. So the key point of meditation is no mind and no issues, nothing. So essence is one. If you can follow this fifth instruction and realize them, then you are destined to become a Buddha or attain Buddha. These fifth instructions are inside my book called Lian Seng Fu, that you would read it in the future, then you can start to experience it. So if you don't receive this teaching, then you would cycle in the rebirth realm. In the ramen shop, there was a lady in line, and then the boss asked, "Do you want the thick one or the fine one?" And the lady said, "Whatever you have." I mean, but this Chinese words. It's just a joke, but there's also cause and effect. That the modern people don't have a choice. If you go to the supermarket, we eat whatever is being sold. This is cause and effect. You want to be free from cause and effect. You want to be free from the rebirth realm. The only way is to practice the greatest Dharma today is the Dharma practice to return. In this world there are two kinds of people. The first is the ordinary people. They form the ordinary embryo or womb. Like the former Vice President said, today is Women's Day. So woman is very important. Happy Women's Day. But the former Vice President also said, woman need man. The man help woman and the woman help man. This way they are in great harmony. And the former Vice President also said, you need to earn money with good conscience. You want to do things with good conscience. You want to speak with good conscience. Then there would be great harmony. So at the grocery stores, they should sell food that has good conscience, not with the black heart. So there is cause and effect here. When we go to the groceries and buy something created with black heart, then your health and your bodies would be affected. So our medicines, we have FDA, Food and Drugs Administration in United States. And in Taiwan, we also need this regulation. If we have good regulation for food and drugs, then the people would be very healthy. So there's cause and effect here. So we cannot do things with the black heart. If you produce food with black heart, then you would breach two precepts. One is the precepts of not to kill. You kill not just one person, you kill all people, all beings, because the food kill all beings. Second, you breach the precept not to steal, because people use their good money to buy the black heart products. So you cheat on people. So these two precepts are the gravest precepts of the 5 basic precepts of Buddhism. So the former Vice President Liu said, you need to earn money with good conscience, you need to act with good conscience, and you need to speak with good conscience. Then the country would be in great harmony. Xiaohua asked her dad, can you write your name with your eyes closed? And Dad said, sure. And then Xiaohua said, can you write your name on my report card with your eyes closed? The head of the towel factory got a phone call. You printed a picture of a sparrow. You know, and when I wipe my face with the towel, the picture of the bird was imprinted on my face. So this kind of towels also black heart, with black heart. So we want to earn money with good conscience. So all businessmen need to produce real products. This is integrity. A doctor got a phone call from his colleague, and the colleague said, playing mahjong, we need one person. And the doctor said, okay, I'll be right there. And the wife asked, is it a severe condition? And the doctor said, yes, it's really bad. There were 3 doctors there already. So he didn't speak with good conscience. Right? As spiritual cultivator, we don't have time to play mahjong. Grandmaster hasn't visited the Lantern Festival. Now they're all over the place. And in the Taichung area, it's in Uru, in Taichung Park and Fengyan. I didn't have any time to go. Why? Because I had to prepare for the Dharma teachings for these 2 ceremonies. I had to write, to prepare my notes, and what I needed to teach, I had to prepare. Of course, sometimes Grandmaster doesn't have to prepare. It all comes with confidence. But sometimes it happened accidentally or coincidentally, like the mantra. Om Petra Zoda Ma Sen Ma Sen Siri Haruka Hom Pei 少了一个哈字在这个马哈 I miss a ha in the mantra. Ha between Ma and Se. And yesterday there was a news that came to me that Maha means great, great, the great Supreme Heruka, Maha, Sri Mahottara Heruka. So, so this way the mantra would be perfect. There are 2 ladies talking, having a dialogue. My son's math is bad. And the other lady said, my son is number 1 and 2, but he only count 1 and 2. It's joke on Chinese. 1 and 2, but not. In school, the 2 that I really despise are math and English. In class, I told my classmates, I don't want to study English. Why? I didn't want to go abroad, not emigrating to America or Australia or Canada or United States. So I'm not planning to go to other countries, so I don't want to study English and I don't want to memorize the English words. Little did I know There's faith and destiny that I immigrated to United States. And it was due to Lian Huo, Lian Si, Lian Zu, the Shan family. They immigrated to the United States, and I followed. They took me from Taiwan to United States. And then I realized that I had to study English. I was bad at math. I don't like all those mathematics marks, all the geometric, and you have to calculate all the arithmetics. Because I'm not an entrepreneur, I don't need all those math, so I didn't learn it. Now, Simu would watch me count from 1 to 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I would break in the middle. So math and English were bad. I just, sorry, I made a mistake at that time. I relied on my classmates to graduate, to pass those classes for math and English. A man went to the temple in the mountain and found the abbot. Be compassionate. I have seen through the world, and now please shave my head to become a monk. And the abbot took a broom and hit on him. And he said, "Oh, get out. And you come here every month for a free haircut." That's not good to take advantage like that. We have lots of Sangha members here. If you want to be ordained, it should be truthful in making your vows to become monks or nuns or bodhisattvas, that you are fully committed for the Dharma. Other deviant thoughts that on the altar, precept altar, there are only. But of course, there's someone who would return to lay living, and that's also normal. Sentient beings and sagehood. If you want to attain sagehood, then you need to have willpower. If you want to stay mundane, it's like all of us here. We all have resolution toward sagehood or Buddhahood. If you have the resolution, then you should persevere and stay committed to it. And don't get lazy or stay afraid. And if you continually cultivate spiritually, then naturally you would attain Buddhahood. So the Mahottara Heruka today has truly great majestic power. And in my whole lifetime is the greatest Dharma power that I ever experienced, and empowered me 3 times with the greatest Dharma power. And I pray that all the wishes that you have in your heart would let you gain great health, that all your wishes come true, that all would earn good conscience money, that would be fulfilled and content, and all the Bardu spirits would be reborn into the Pure Land, that every being would stay committed in the spiritual cultivation, and everyone would have attainments in their spiritual cultivation. With the mudra, mantra, and the look, appearance of Mahottara Heruka and the Adi-Buddha, Samantabhadra Tathagata, that everyone would attain Buddhahood. From a mundane sentient being, they would eventually attain Buddhahood. Please pay attention to the quintessence. You need to accumulate the qi and to let the qi to enter into the central channel, and to use qi to blow on the inner fire, to let the inner fire rise, to let the light drop drip, and to merge the inner fire and light drop, and to let the water and fire to congeal at the heart chakra, to open the heart chakra, and to open the 5 chakras, to let the Buddha nature inside the heart chakra to appear, so that the Buddha light would radiate, and then the Buddha's light would radiate. These are the 5th instruction, the key formula of Tantrayana. Thank you, everyone. Om Mani Padme Hum.
我们再次以热烈的掌声，感谢圣尊精彩宝贵的传